Since this bike was built, it has averaged 104 miles per year, and it shows. Look at it, it's beautiful. I can only assume it was never put away dirty or wet. That is, if it ever got dirty or wet. From what I can see, for the last 47 years, this bike has lived an easy life. I imagine it was used mostly on Sundays to go get ice cream. Probably a classic flavor like vanilla. Nothing edgy like Rocky Road or mint chocolate. Then after 47 years of easy life, I come along.
I got it set up so if you make like 10 feet of air, you'll still clear the camera. Yeah, I'm recording.
I'm not interested in being unnecessarily abusive or hurting this beautiful machine. Merely testing what a nearly 50-year-old 100cc dual sport can actually do. The L in XL stands for street legal. Yeah, so let's test it on the street.
I gotta remember not to take any chances. This is very slow to merge into traffic.
When new, this bike made 10 horsepower and a whopping 6 foot-pounds of torque. Acceleration is very slow, but will cruise on flat ground at around 70 kilometers an hour. The max speed I have ever achieved was 93 kilometers an hour. Compared to its bigger brothers, the XL100 does not have a 21-inch front wheel, but rather a 19. This makes the steering very effortless and quick.
Crack pipe?
That's enough street testing for today. I have owned this old soda delivery crate for a very long time and have been waiting for the perfect bike to build a little rear crate for. I think the XL is just such a machine. I have to shrink it down overall about 30% to make it fit, and the wood is very old and very crumbly, but I think it turned out pretty good. I rigged it up so I could use a strap to hold it in place and can easily pop it off if I need to. Now it is pretty much perfect. We can begin mountain testing. There are 3 different mountains I will be attempting to climb with the XL100, starting with the easiest. This one will be a relaxing adventure ride up some quiet logging roads to see if we can find some good views. This is the sort of test I would use for like a bigger adventure bike.
What are you doing down there? Smarten up. Hey, where are you going? You gonna go fly into the tree again? What are you doing? You're being reckless. I don't like it. We're gonna have to bring you down. Put this back. Think about what you've done. Okay, Mr. Drone Lee got put away for timeout. Reckless endangerment of property. Air pressures changed. Or not air pressure. Wow. Yeah, air fuel mixture has changed up here. I'll have to check on my phone, see how high I am. Look at that! Wow. Wow. Beautiful. All thanks to this 50-year-old 100 cc's with a street tire and a bird poo. I don't know. I really love motorcycles. It's so much fun. But let's see where this goes. You don't like this height, eh? Double check our fuel levels. Lots in there, lots and lots. Just cooled off a bit. Let's go! Oh, look at that. That's a black bear. Hopefully it's not a cub. Let's try to do a cool pivot turn. Cool pivot turn, engage! I don't know what I'm doing. Let's try again. Nailed it. I am Graham Jarvis 2.0. We're gonna run into some minivan up here. I'm thinking I'm doing crazy enduro and good test for the old pop can sized drum brakes. Drum brakes work pretty good. I think the biggest problem is it's an enclosed system, so when they get hot, it just can't ventilate or bleed the heat very well, so it just holds it in a lot more and suffers heat stroke. Sorry, heat soak. Even having a 19-inch tire at front versus the 21, it's funner. Like, I'm not saying it's better, like going over stuff. The steering is so much quicker, just reacts better. Again, not better, just kind of funner. And I'm not going over trees with this thing. I came from this way, right?
Well, I would consider that a successful Vancouver Island mountain test. Something like an adventure bike would have done. There is an interesting story about a military DC-3 that left this same island in 1946. It was set to cross the country, but when it hit bad weather in the Rocky Mountains of Alberta, it was reported missing. It took 5 days for search and rescue to locate the airplane, and when they finally did, they found that the airplane had crashed into the side of a mountain. This mountain, to be exact. I have known about the plane crash for some time now, and I have heard it's possible to ride to the crash site itself. This is something I've always wanted to try and do. From what I understand, the trail to the crash site is a little bit more technical than I am used to, especially on a bike like the XL100. I met up with Riley and his TW200, and he promised to take me to some places that would get me ready to tackle the crash site trail. The terrain wasn't particularly technical, just very slick. Not an ideal situation for these skinny street tires.
We found the limits of grip for the little tire. Well, the handlebars buried in there. Oh god, these tires. Can't get up on that dirt because the camber is too slippery. Gotta roll through the rocks.
The nice thing about riding the XL100 is it's never very far to fall. And when anything gets too slick, your feet are only a couple inches from the ground anyways.
Yeehaw! Well, well, well.
I thought this was here.
Well, it's hard to tell what's in the middle. Want me to go first?
Oh, no, that is.
Well, there's some big rocks in there. I'm worried about my backpack if I go down. Just because my drone, right? I'm just gonna walk it. on camera, but a big brown bear just ran past in the cup. Luckily, the mighty sound of the XL100 scares the bears away.
The TW and the XL made a good little team, but the XL couldn't come close to the traction of the TW. That rear quad tire run at super low PSI can find traction anywhere. As we kept climbing higher and higher, my confidence in the XL100 was growing. I was sure I could make it to the crash site. When we reached the top of the mountain, celebratory donuts were a must, and I knew I was ready for tomorrow's mission to the plane crash. But first, a quick bike swap was needed.
Riley's taking the XL100 for a rip, and I'm taking his beautifully ordained TW200. Ooh, baby! This is so different! Oh, yeah.
After seeing the trail we just came in on, you know this up it?
Yeah.
Holy crap! That's impressive.
We've converted to electric. The TW is also electric. Completely silent. So peaceful.
It's very quiet.
See about a bump start. Woo! To the river we cross.
I think we need to just do a series on little bikes.
I think so, yeah.
That was You feel like you're carving the bowl in a skateboard.
Yeah, a little bit.
The trail starts off as a rough dirt road. Other than some puddles, it was no challenge for the XL100. But before long, there is a restricted access bridge to keep pesky side-by-sides out. After that, the trail narrows and starts to climb a lot faster with a lot of rocks scattered everywhere. The hardest part about riding a 10 horsepower machine is any mistake you make will cost you speed. And there's no power to make up for that lost speed. So accidentally shifting into neutral when you're trying to go into first cost me enough speed on this hill climb to stall the bike out. I could tell we were climbing higher and higher by all the snow in the shady sections of the trail.
Me? Me, you.
This elevation was decimating my power. If I had 10 horsepower at sea level 47 years ago, it felt like I was down to 4 or 5 up here. If I looked away for a second to check my mirror, that's usually when a sneaky rock would poke its head to say hi. You know, at first I felt foolish wearing my massive dirt bike boots on such a little machine, but that rock probably would have broken my foot if I'd been wearing a light, soft boot.
need help.
I have never ridden a bike that I could pick up and move around as easily as this one. I believe this bike weighs around 230 pounds full of fuel, but honestly it feels like less.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Your fat tires can't fit in my track.
No, I should have stayed over there.
Thought this was a good winter bike.
Yeah. My bike is gutless up here.
Oh yeah, I'm having a hard time.
Worse than yesterday.
Yeah.
I may need a tug. I know I didn't help you when you asked.
I know.
I
so I'm kind of a little hesitant.
And then Jay's 300L fuel-injected powerhouse showed us how it's done.
I might spray you. No! I'm not a big fan of kickstart in moments like this. Okay.
To climb any of the steeper hills, I had to hold the throttle wide open in first while dumping the clutch over and over and walking with my feet just to keep it moving.
That's not a good smell. I just have no power. Come on. Come on. Ready? That's my ABS. Oh my god, it doesn't even want to run. Might actually let it cool off. Can we get through? Damn it. Day 3 of Riley's easy trails. Oh. Nothing teaches you which line to choose more than driving a really slow, underpowered bike with terrible suspension. You can't just point it and power through everything. If you choose the wrong line, you'll get in trouble.
Guess how this bike got nicknamed the Cessna?
You have no idea how much fun I'm having right now. This is just, it's a blast.
You're not gonna lie, we kind of had a bit of a BMX thing going there, popping off. All of us, every single one of us just popping off shit.
This thing to catch air off really well.
Man, what a ride. That was incredible, guys.
Kind of amazed this little bike's up here.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm like 2 or 3 horsepower right now.
We made the easy ride up.
This is a too easy according to
Yeah,
our guide. This is a double easy.
We made it up as far as we could go. Sadly, an avalanche earlier this year was between us and the crash site. But just because I couldn't make it there doesn't mean the drone couldn't. I was so excited that I made it up there on this little old bike. If you would have told me where I would end up taking this bike, I wouldn't have believed you. I know I didn't get to make it to the crash site myself, but even looking at it through the drone controller was super amazing. And I will return. You mark my words, I will touch that crash site with my own fingers. If this is the kind of thing that gets you excited, then you should come to our Little Bike Big Adventure event, taking place on the second weekend in June in southern Alberta, Canada. Go sign up to the mailing list to learn more. Link in the description. These videos take a ton of time for me to make and film, so if you enjoyed it, consider subscribing. It does a lot for keeping me encouraged and making more. Love y'all. See you on the next one.